Andrew Scott has become one of the most captivating actors of his generation, thanks to standout performances like the hot priest in Fleabag. But how much do you know about him? Born on October 21, 1976, in Dublin, Ireland, Andrew has always maintained a certain level of privacy about his early life. Although he keeps much of his personal history under wraps, it's well known that he grew up in a supportive family. His mother, Nora Scott, played a crucial role in nurturing his passion for acting, encouraging him every step of the way. One of the most heartbreaking aspects of Andrew's life was losing his mother, Nora, in 2017 after a long battle with cancer. Their bond was incredibly strong, and her passing left a deep void in his life. Nora had always been his constant source of love and support, helping him navigate the ups and downs of his career. After her death, Andrew spoke openly about the profound grief he experienced, describing it as a wound that could never fully heal. Despite this immense pain, he continued working, channeling his emotions into his performances and bringing even more depth to his roles. In an interview with Goss, this is how he described his mother. "She was the source of practically every joyful thing in my life," he stated. "It's very recent, but I certainly can say that so much of it is surprising and unique, and there is so much that I will be able to speak about at some point." He then admitted he's trying to remain positive and keep himself busy, but his accomplishments have been bittersweet since his mother's passing. He confessed that his mom was an inspiration for him to experiment with fashion, describing her as the source of practically every joyful thing in my life, and as his real hero and best friend, he credited his mother with introducing him to the wonder of the arts. Andrew's journey hasn't been easy. Alongside the loss of his mother, he has also faced struggles with mental health, dealing with anxiety and depression throughout his life. The pressures of his career and personal life have often amplified these challenges. Yet through it all, Andrew has shown remarkable resilience. He's used his struggles to fuel his craft, and his ability to portray vulnerability and authenticity on screen has struck a chord with audiences around the world. He considers mental health similar to the weather. "The weather is a changeable thing," he says. "If you're in the driving rain, there's no point in screaming up at the sky saying, 'Please stop raining, please stop raining.' The best thing you can do is just accept it's raining and know that it will stop." He revealed a huge factor in the male mental health crisis is society's perceived expectations of men to be manly and have a stiff upper lip. There's a real stigma about how we approach mental illness.
I think we're at a very exciting time in the world about what we understand about mental health and our attitude towards being ashamed of sometimes being a little bit ill.
His acting career began when he was still quite young. In 1995, he made his professional debut in the film Korea, and from there he continued to carve out a name for himself in theater and film. Andrew's stage performances in plays like Hamlet and Present Laughter garnered widespread acclaim, showcasing his incredible range and dedication to his craft. Over the years, he's earned numerous awards and accolades, solidifying his status as one of the most talented actors of his generation. A defining moment in Andrew's career came with his portrayal of Moriarty in Sherlock. The role brought him international recognition, with his intense and unpredictable performance earning praise from both fans and critics alike. But it was his role as the conflicted, charming hot priest in Fleabag that truly made him a global sensation. His chemistry with Phoebe Waller-Bridge and his portrayal of a man grappling with faith and desire won the hearts of millions. In addition to his professional achievements, Andrew has also been open about his sexuality. He came out as gay in his early 20s and has spoken about the importance of visibility and representation in the entertainment industry.
Being gay is not a flaw, but nor is it a virtue. It's not a talent. It's not something you can actually develop. It's something that you have, so it's actually not possible to cultivate it in that.
Andrew has emphasized that being gay is just one aspect of who he is and has been clear that it does not define his entire identity.
I don't consider my sexuality to be particularly interesting.
His decision to live openly and authentically has made him a role model for many within the LGBTQ community.
Playing a gay character, it's any more than playing a straight character. You don't say, "Oh God, I'm going to go for this straight character now." It's like, what are the attributes of the character?
It might be interesting, but he doesn't want others to call him openly gay. He mentioned in an interview, "I'm going to make a pitch for getting rid of the phrase openly gay. It's an expression that you only ever hear in the media. You're never at a party, and you say, 'This is my openly gay friend.'" He wondered, is openly always attached to that adjective? We don't say you're openly Irish, we don't say you're openly left-handed. There's something in it that's a little near shamelessly. You know what I'm saying? He proposed that it's time to just sort of park it. Andrew has often discussed how his experiences as a gay man have informed his work. He has portrayed several LGBTQ characters throughout his career, bringing depth and authenticity to roles that explore themes of love, identity, and belonging. In interviews, he has expressed pride in the progress made for LGBTQ representation, but has also highlighted the ongoing challenges and the need for continued advocacy.
I don't, as a gay person, feel like I want to get employed for that reason.
In recent years, Andrew has continued to take on challenging roles that push his boundaries as an actor. His performances in films like 1917 and series like his Dark Materials portrayals have only further solidified his reputation. However, his latest projects are truly something to behold. Andrew's latest projects have further showcased his remarkable talent. In 2023, he starred in All of Us Strangers, a deeply emotional film where his performance was lauded for its sensitivity and depth. The film explores themes of memory, loss, and connection, providing Andrew with yet another opportunity to channel his personal experiences into his art. His portrayal was met with critical acclaim, and the film has been considered one of his finest works to date. He mentioned his experience in an interview with the New York Times. "When I was 18 or 19, I was playing gay parts, but I wasn't out. A lot of people within the industry were queer, so I was surrounded by them, and then, bit by bit, started to feel confident. To make something like All of Us Strangers, it moves me, because I never thought that I'd get a chance to expose myself so much in a film like this, or for it to be in such a trusting environment with such brilliant colleagues." Additionally, Andrew has taken on the role of Tom Ripley in the highly anticipated series Ripley, based on the famous character from Patricia Highsmith's novels. This series is yet another example of his ability to delve into complex, morally ambiguous characters. His portrayal of Ripley, a man who navigates a world of deception and identity, has been eagerly awaited by both fans and critics alike, and reviews have praised his chilling and captivating performance. Despite the public nature of his career, Andrew has managed to maintain a relatively private personal life. He has spoken candidly about his experiences with unrequited love, drawing parallels between his own life and the characters he portrays.
I really connect a lot of it personally, being a gay person myself, those experiences of hoping that your family will stay with you when you tell them who you are.
His openness about his struggles, both personally and professionally, has endeared him to fans and made his performances all the more relatable. Speaking to British GQ, Scott said, "I was encouraged by people in the industry who I really admired and who had my best interests at heart to keep my sexuality to myself. I understand why they gave that advice, but I'm also glad that I eventually ignored it." Scott grew up in Ireland, where homosexuality was illegal until he turned 16, making him fearful of his sexuality and wanting to ignore that side of himself. What's difficult sometimes for gay people is that you don't get to experience this sort of adolescence where you go, "Oh my God, I like that person, do they like me back?" He said that he found All of Us Strangers freeing as it was his own chance to revisit and address his childhood. He said, "I think that's maybe why this film feels so gratifying and cathartic, because I did have to bring so much of my own pain into it." As Andrew Scott's journey continues to unfold, his story serves as an inspiration to many. His resilience in the face of personal loss, his dedication to his craft, and his ability to connect with audiences on a deep emotional level remind us all of the power of art to heal and inspire, and it's clear that Andrew's best work may still be on the horizon. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for future updates.